So let's move it. So we come back to our application. We drag all those apps that we have done. We are going to drag into our application. First I need to do is to run this application. I will say run without debugging. So I'll come back to my desktop here. I will copy all this file that I have. Oh, this guy is not good enough. This Google, I'm not going to download that Google. I need a subchart alone, the SVG, the ellipsis. Now I'm going to come here. Now I don't have assets here. So before that, I need to create assets. So I need to create assets here. It's assets. So you're going to be folder. As I'm going to have two things, images. The video to be as folder also, not file. Then we have fonts. We are going to use dynamic fonts. Now I have the fonts already. Now I would love to just extract it also. But I don't know. Maybe I should just send to you guys on WhatsApp also. But before that, I would have renamed the font because I guess I renamed it. Can you just give me a minute? Okay. Should I send the fonts and the image that I downloaded for you as zip on the group? If you guys are using your system. Some of you have even forgot all this I'm doing, sir. Some of you have forgot what you are doing like this. Okay. So look at it here. We have assets, images here. Then look at your fonts. There is font family, everything has been set for you. Oh, I'll make a mistake. Oh. Why extracting this? I'm going to do it outside this place. Do you need to run? Do you need to run get the pub dot get? Yeah, it's supposed if you extract, it's supposed to do it automatically for you. If you don't do it, you can just come to your pub.yam there and just press this star button here. So I'm going to stop my app and run it again. Now, first thing we want to do, we want to create a core file. Are you with me? I should wait for you guys.
What's the difference between you two?
So next thing we're going to do is we're going to have, let us leave that by the way. Oh, there's another one called color here, app color, inside the constant file also. App color. Class, app color, colors. So then we can now like work on this. Now first we're going to work on is on splash, the splash screen. Now working on the splash screen, we need to have a dark mode and light mode features working. Now this is how we're going to organize our code. We are going to have different kind of, we're going to have what is called a provider like this. Providers. Okay, that's to make sense. The splash or team provider. Team that's called provider. Like that. Then next one we have a post tree. And you can just say hot tree.com. Like that. Then we are now going to have what is called the view. View. You can call it view, you can call it a screen, depending on what you want to, like the way you want it. I'm going to use screen. I guess screens sound like Flutter. So I want to say splash screen, like a screen, like that. So then we can now have what is called a widget. And this widget, I'm going to have order our global widgets. So I'm going to have first widget I'm going to have is image widget. Image underscore widgets dot that. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, but before we leave this stage, let's just remove this guy. Yeah, this guy also we need to remove it. Then we're going to be using something called named routes. I'm not going to be using the way we are our traditional routes. I want to use name routes. It's also from a package. It's also from the navigator, but it's going to be named one. So you want to, I want to just like advance the knowledge. So you will be learning one thing, everything. Now, first thing I need to do to be able to use Riverpod that we have already installed. If you look at your post that you have I sent to you, you have Riverpod there. This assets and images. Yeah, it's there now. Okay. So you have Riverpod there like this. So the Riverpod that we have, so to make use of it, you just need to have what is called, you have your own, this your own widget, what is called the provider scope. So I'm going to first of all wrap it. I'm looking for that yellow button now. Okay. I've played up with widgets. So this widget is just called provider scope. Then we're going to have this screen here, and this last screen is going to have STF. You don't need you need stateless widgets. I want to say this one going to be scaffold. What's going on with my system like this? So this is going to have splash. So I'm going to use the splash screen here.
So I don't need to import Riverpod in the main data.
Yeah, you need to. Unless, okay. Is it? Scope, yes, this is scope. So I'm going to remove this home from here. Then I'm going to have what is called, I told you we're not going to be using our traditional way of routing. So first thing we want to remove, we want to change this guy to chat box. Chat box. Then we're going to have another thing called, okay. And that thing, what other thing that we need? We need natural route. Or first, let's just call this route first. Route. We call route like this, yes. This route take a map like this. And this map takes two parameters. Look at this. The first one that it took is string of widget builder. Can I see widget builder? Yes. So how do we have a string first? Now my string is the first one is splash that I need. Splash like this. Then colon is s colon what's colon splash.
Slash is not.
Sir?
That's if the slash is not correct.
Yeah. And it's, so we're going to have like this. You are with us. So now it's not just I'm not just going to return this widget like this. I'm going to have what is called this. Then we have what's called context inside of it. Then we like this. Then there's something called initial initial routes. Yeah. So that one's going to be splash. So
Sir.
yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, I just because the splash was giving me problem, that's why I said. I think I already saw the change.
Yeah, I'm just going to put the initial route there.
I don't put that initial.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Am I having any error? It said the contained element is not true. Let me restart the application. So I think that makes sense, right? Let's do the first screen. So we just need a body and center. The first thing, what we are going to do, I'm going to first of all make sure that we can switch between the dark mode or light mode. So that's what first thing we're going to do. I'm going to say center. I remove the constant here. Center child. What's called switch. That value will be true and change. True. So, data. So now we want to use Riverpod now. Now in Riverpod, we have a different kind of are you sure, guys? Who have read through Riverpod before?
I tried it one time, but I don't read through because what they showed me about it was not that.
Okay, that's okay. So what I'm going to do now in Riverpod, we have different kind of provider. Are you getting it? We have what is called just basically provider. What provider does is read only. It just provides something for you to make use of. Are you getting it? We have what's called a notifier also.
So we can't hear you again.
Yeah, I can hear you. I want to fix that thing. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Use my microphone. Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, sir.
Is it more clear now?
Yes, sir.
Is it more clear than before now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, so Riverpod have different kind of Riverpod, and we're not going to be looking at Riverpod as a whole. We're going to be looking at it in the action world. Currently, what we need here is actually a notifier Riverpod here. That's what we need here. But basically, there if you have we have notifier class, and we also have a provider of Riverpod provider, notifier provider. So let me make use of the two for you. And we have what is called I'm going to call it something called a team, the class, I'm going to say notifier like this. Oh, sorry. I'm going to say, let me just call notifier. Let me write it so you can understand. Say class first. Then I will have what's called team. Now, it's not going to be team provider. You want to just be team, just team. That's what it's, or team notifier. So I'm going to say extend notifier. So this notifier, you want to bring provider into this file. Now, by having notifier here, are you getting now? So if you have notifier, it expects you are expected to actually have the kind of value you want to notify. You don't get me? Are you with me? You can now. You might not need to type now. Are you with me? You might not need to type now. Just listen clearly for me and stay with me. So if you have a notifier like this, you don't actually what a provider think of you is that you have a specific data that you are trying to notify or you're trying to listen to, you're trying to do something with. Are you getting now? So that because of that, we also actually have with it our data you are trying to notify, we are going to notify any our applications on. We have a data. But our data is what's our data? Our data is the team, the team data. Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to tell this guy that what I'm trying to notify people or notify my application about is actually team. You know how to give a type to something. You give less than and greater than, and say team data. This team data, this team data guys or team what? Again is team mode. Let's check it. So we have team here. Let's say the type. Is it team mode? It's team data. It's called team data. You have team data like this. Now look at it. This notifier, what it notify now is actually team data. So now anytime you call a notifier like this, it's expected of you to initialize something. Is it initialize? Yeah, it's initialize something. Or to actually give it a state from the start. And that's why you're going to create a value called void. It's called build. So build open, like constructor. So now then I'm going to do what's called at override. You know that now. So override at override. So now if this guy is requiring something, I said this build, what I'm calling build cannot be void. It has to be team data. For instance, it cannot be void. So what I need to do is I need to return back something. Are you getting that? I need to return back something before it will work. Now, what are we going to return? It's okay. That is why that really makes sense. What we need is our system, the system data. So I'm going to say, okay, the system data, let's just say team data dot dot system. Dot system. That system. There's no system. Oh, guys, sorry. It is team mode that we are returning. We are returning team mode, not team data. Basically, team mode. So we are notifying the mode, not the data, actually. If you are with me, share I'm with you. Okay. So now, what happened, and what I'm getting on is that I'm trying to send notify on the data, and that's not correct. Let me explain again. Now, what changes the mode, or what changes the team is not actually the, let me just say, team data dot dot what dot dark mode or dot light, let me call it light. So now this makes sense. I want to connect. There's a team also called dark team here. Then there is mode, team mode. Now what changes the mode is not team data changing, it is the mode changing. If I said you should use dark, it's going to use the dark mode that I put here. And the two of them is still light. So if I don't change to dark, it won't change it. Now, because I use dark here, it's going to use this, anything that you assign to this space is dark mode. That was going to use. And then you have call on the dark mode that Flutter has already created for us. I want to save all. So let's look at the experience. Let it load. So can I see that it gives me dark? But if I change it to light here, I'm going to change to also light there. So can you see now? So what changes from dark mode and light mode is not the data, it's actually the mode. So what we are going to change here is team mode. So I just say team mode. When you do that to team mode notifier. That makes sense. Does that make sense to us also?
Yes.
So now, inside of this team mode, and these are actually notified because we want to actually make use of it. We want to actually want it to do something based on the data that we are trying to change. Now, what we want to change also is I want to now have another thing here, like this now. I want to say change. I want to say void. Now, this guy, you don't need to return the data for any. If you are trying to update, this specific data, this our actual data that is there. If that's what you are trying to update, you don't need to return it back to anybody. I'm just going to say void like this. Then I'm going to change mode. Then What about now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the state here is going to be team mode dot light. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Now this notifier is not yet a provider. Are you getting it? And that's I don't know why Riverpod is like that. This notifier is not yet a provider. It's just where your notifier, like where your action lives. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So you still need to create a provider where you're going to give this notifier to provide it for other people to make use of. And then anytime you want to have an action that is going to do something or update a state, you use what is called a notifier for that kind of thing because you need to update a state or do any kind of state. Use notifier for it. Now I need to create a new provider, and that provider is going to be just going to be a final can be a final var. I'm going to call it a team provider now. And just this team now. Normally, I supposed us to create this guy where I want to use it, but I don't want to keep creating a file. I don't want to keep creating a data every time. I just want to call the data and make use of it anytime you need it. I want to call it team like this, provider, and I guess this missing provider or team mode, and that will make us have a good name. Um, Provider. Now, you know that I have team mode notifier and I want to provide this team mode. I want to let people use this team mode. That's what I'm going to now call on a provider now. Now, this one is not just a provider, it's called um, notifier provider. Notifier provider this. Are you with me? So, not notifier list now. So now, this is another thing that we need to do. This guy guys, he take two things. First of all, he take an object and it take any kind of dynamic value. So first I'm going to do to it, I'm going to give it the object. Are you with me? The what the object is actually like the notifier, what I created from notifier, which is this guy, this team notifier. Yes. Like that's kind of what is expected, expecting what you have created from notifier. Now, like a class that extend notifier, that's what you expect for the first property. So I'm going to give you this. I'm going to say, okay, take team notifier, team mode notifier like this. Then comma. Then I'm going to now say this thing I'm going to say now is going to be the objects that I'm expecting, which is team mode. Even if you look at it, you will have seen the object there, the type there now. What you are expecting there. So it should be team mode. Team mode. Yeah. But that's not all. We still need to create this object anytime we call on this notifier. So I'm going to call on team mode notifier dot new. So now this is how you create a notifier for a notifier provider. Now, first thing you do, you create a notifier where your action lives. And you create a provider that is going to make it available for people to use. But I'm going to use an experiment for you. You're going to see what I'm trying to say. That what I'm saying is you cannot actually use this guy, this notifier alone, without providing it. Does that make sense? Is it making sense to us?
Yes, sir.
Hope I'm not complicating it. Okay, so now we are going to come to our splash screen here to make use of those things I have called now. First thing I'm going to do is this value. Now to make use of to read a provider, I need what is called to make use of provider in my or read provider in my widgets or my widget tree. I need to have something called a consumer widget, and I won't be able to use stateless widget again. I'm going to change it to consumer widget, and that's what Riverpod to give to it. Give us another widget entirely called consumer widget. And when you have consumer widgets, select into consumer widget straight. Consumer. Now, this consumer widget can actually rebuild its state. Then we're going to, now that we have consumer widget, we need to import Riverpod. Then inside of this build, you can see the 0 there. So it's not expecting another thing called widget ref. So we're going to have another one called widget ref. I'm going to have widget ref. So I'm going to say ref. So the error has stopped now. So now let's have to read your or how to make use of Riverpod in your make use of providers that you have created outside Riverpod in your screen now. Now we have our true here. So I'm going to say ref. Now I guess you're with me. Dot read. Now I'm not going to read because what is read? Read only happen once. Are you with me? Only read it once and stop. Now I don't want to read it once. I want anytime there is changes, I want to be aware. Especially this kind of value that we're trying to call. Am I right? You should be aware because if I change it from here, you should be aware that something has changed, not just read. Exactly. So that's what I'm going to watch it. And what watch means that you are constantly listening to it. Watch. So then, what am I going to put here? Now, it's not. Now let me. If I put what's it called? The team mode. Team mode. I wanted to see what I'm saying. Team mode. Team mode notifier. Sorry. So let me import it. So if I use team mode like this, can you see there's error here? This guy is listening to provider. What it does is that he listens to provider. It doesn't listen to just a notifier or anything. If you want me to see notifier, provide it for us. That's what I'm trying to say. And like using a normal language for us to understand. So we need to provide it. And to use provider, we have created provider here, which is called team mode provider. So this is what I'm supposed to create in front of it. I just copy this guy and create it here. But I don't want to do that because it's going to be a lot of work for us. Are you getting to be doing? And doesn't really make sense for us to be doing this kind of thing. Are you with me, guys?
Yes, sir.
So now what I now do is that I have created as a variable here, like as a variable here, I'll just make use of it there. So I'm just going to say, oh, sorry. Simon provider. Now, this now sorts the case. Now, what I want to assign is actually dot. Now the state. Now, as soon as I call on it, this guy like this, it's not giving me the just provider, it's giving me the state immediately. As I call on like this, it give me the state, which is team mode. I'm going to say, okay, is it equal to the team mode? Now, the version I want to check is team mode dot dark. Okay, that's what I want to check also. Dot dark. And then, now, what you have in this place is it equal to t mode dot that dot dark? It says it's not a function. So is it equal to t mode dot dark? Yes or true? Yes or no? That will determine what it's going to show here. Exactly. Now, in this my function, you can see that there is data here. So now I can actually also use the same thing mode. I say ref can I see that ref dot read. Now this one I just want to call on the function. That's why I need to use it. And then there's a scope of what you shall understand. Anytime you want to use a cover function where you are going to just run and go and come back. You don't use watch. Don't you need to think about it. You know the what we learn about functions that is a set of group. I'm going to run at once and stop. So now this guy is going to run as soon as you press it and stop. Now, why are you going to be listening to something when you know it's supposed to stop after some time, after running, after done running? So that's not good. That's not right, and that's not good enough. So in this kind of scenario, you use what's called read. Unless if you are in maybe on a build function whether you always listening, when that you load it, listening to something, you can use listening, you can use watch. But when you're a cover function, you use read because it's going to call once and stop, and it should like that. So because of that, I'm going to have what is called sim provider also. Sim mode provider. Now, another thing that we need to learn here is that now this guy does not have, you look at it, does not have any value that we have here. This change, we create a method here. This guy is not aware of the method. And the reason is because as soon as you read the provider, what is given to you is the state. Are you guys with me? What is given to you is the state. Now, to actually get the notifier, like the action that we have created, we need to tell this provider, guy, I don't need you. I need the notifier that is instead of it. I've said notify like this. So does that make sense? So when I say dots now, dots, I'm going to see the change mode. I see the change mode now. So what is it? I'm going to put data there. Data. Now, if I change it now, if you look at it, it will change. I see it's changing now. Now, but the screen is not changing, the color is not changing. Am I right? Eh?
Yes.
The mode is not changing. We should know the reason. If you don't know the reason is that this my main is not aware of what is changing. And it's constant here. So what just do is also to change this our guy that is here to what? To consumer widget. Consumer widget. Then I'm going to now type something called widget ref. Then I got what's called ref. So from there, I'm going to now say, okay, this is my guy. I want to listen to anything that is changing in that place. I say ref dot watch. So what's the provider? Provider is sim mode provider dot. We don't even know anything. That's all. And that's how to use provider. Can you see? I hope you get that. Who is running away from this class? Mr. What? It's on the way. I said, who is on the way? I'm not about you telling me who left a group. Who is on the way because of provider? Who don't want to just, eh?
Because I do it. I said, because it's not easier than provider for better.
It's more
It's
easier.
more It's more easier, sir.
Yeah.
Whether it's simpler than this,
Yes, yes, yes.
simple like simpler than this.
Yes. So can you get that? This is more technical and it is called it is dependency injection provider. All these things we are putting, we are creating a class inside of a class, all those things to make it complex. That's what your employee wants you to use, so you need to learn it. Does that make sense? So I hope you get this. Can I move forward, or you want to assimilate things? So I need to change. I want to move this to that is here. Okay. So I want to first of all do that. I will say debug shows now by the first. So I can give 5 minutes. Come to light now. We don't really need this guy. So who is there? Can move to? So I just need to have another thing here, which is a constant. That's going to be our team data. So we can have a name like this, say app underscore team data. Like that. So I want to have a class app team data. We can read this as capital letter. So first thing we are going to create, we're going to create a light mode. So team data light mode. Team data light mode dot copy it. Now inside the copy, that I'm going to put all I want to put. So the same thing is going to go for dark mode. So then we need to change that from here. These two guys are going to be useful here. We're going to have our app. So we just create team data. Then we can also make it a, a, a function or static. A static. Does that make sense? So let us make sense. Let's just make it the way it was now. It makes sense like this more. Dot light. Dot dark. Oh, sorry. So now we are going to like kind of change how they look here. Are you talking about here? Oh, this space. Yeah, you're going to be dead dark. Yeah, dark dot cover it. So let's do some. Yeah. So I'm going to now have maybe color. So you got the one now, I'm going to stop. We have 9 minutes to go. So let's just add colors and all sorts. So, and then add images, color, and also, and then we continue later. So that people that are not typing will not have a lot of things to type. I want to ask something from you guys. Do you think I should record a video for you guys? I should record a video when I'm available. Like tomorrow, like on Tuesday, that I'm available, I can record like 3 hours video before the class.
Yes.
You agree? Who said that yes now?
It's me.
Wow, you like that? What about you, Dorcas? Dorcas, talk. Oh.
It's fine.
Majority. Mr. David, what do you say? I know. I know. I know you now. The reason is because you don't have that time to sit down with. But for them, it's fine with people. What I'm going to do, we are going to be having 2 sessions then. We'll be having the recorded class video for people that want to watch it. Because I want them to grab a lot of things. I'm doing because of them. They are dear to my heart. You can find your way around Flutter and that. Daniel. But Dorcas and Zizola, they are very dear to my heart. You can find your way around it, and I trust him. For them, they are very, very, very dear to my heart. So let's do this, guy. Now I want to check how it works. Look at this. This one is white, but here is the primary color. Let's other screen like that. Do you have other screen like that? No. There's no that. That's the only screen that go with white and. Am I right? Hmm?
Yes.
The other screen that we have, this is white and this is black. This is white, this is black, this is white, black. Now here on top of this one is black. This is so it's not even the same thing as this. So it is only this place we have white and this color. In this place we have black and the primary color. Okay, other place is white and black, white and black. So I guess our primary color for background should be white and black. Am I right? This is going to be changed based on the screen now. Only this screen are going to change like this. Am I right? So let's copy the color. So we have FFF. Have color like this. I say static color. Now your work now or your assignment is that you're going to create a property for images and for color. All of the color that is inside of this screen. You will set color that is different and give them their name. Are you getting now? So I'm going to just do like 2. I have color. We call it white. Is equal to color. Now, if I want to use color like that, I need to use something called 0xFF. Then replace the color code there. So now I need to import what is called material app. So then next one is primary color. I'm going to come here. It's my system and it's not my system. My system is not hanging. It's the app that is not responding. I know. So this is the color of this one. So that is the color of that one. And this is how you're going to assign the colors and the value for them. Then let's do what's called one of the image or two.
I think 886 because Cologne
What is that?
247.
860, yes. Then we're going to have something like this. That's called static. Again, string. So I'm going to call it image. You can use underscore for it. So it's going to be accessible as well. Image part is equal to assets / image. I'm going to static again. String. Logo, yes. You can say logo SVG if you have two logo, but it's just one. How it's called $sign underscore image parts / then logo dot svg. I'm having so since it is private, that's really cool. So this also can others can be finer. Make the other apps to be finer because nobody have sent value to your side. So are you guys done? So now what your assignment is going to be copy all the image, all the video, all the color that you see here, all the color one by one, name them one by one. Now I'm not going to you're going to be able to send me the color. I'm not going to do it myself on the next class. So all these color like this, you copy them and you give them a beautiful name that they're supposed to have. And I'm going to be able to give you next class. Don't forget to, I'm not going to take it myself. So by next class, we should be able to finish all this screen. Thank you. Have a wonderful night rest.